every charm, Fabienne's lip curled. Howard had always fancied himself as something of a bohemian. "Stop here, please," she ordered the driver. "You wish me to wait? It is not safe for a lovely woman to be alone." "No, thank you," she said, tipping him well, because he was young and handsome, yet thoughtful of her safety. Trees lined the street. The gutters were awash with litter. Crumbled cigarette packets floated like boats down to the drains. The air smelled of rain and car exhausts. City smells. The houses had narrow fronts, closed shutters. She turned into an alley, lit by a single cast-iron street lamp. Her heels clattered on stone cobbles, noisy in the silence all around. She glanced uneasily behind her, half regretting her decision to dismiss the cab driver. No need to be fearful. She was simply spooking herself. Slowly she walked forward. Halfway down the alley, in shadow, she saw a black-painted door with number 14 in red enamel letters. Above the door was a neon sign. Domia. Fabienne laughed aloud. Domia was a club, not a woman. Then why the secrecy? She hesitated for a moment only. What the hell? She had come here to find out. Pushing open the door, she stepped inside. It was very dark. Candles in sconces flickered on red velvet walls. Scented smoke filled the room. Suspended from the ceiling, a sequined ball cast motes of light over the people who sat around. Mostly men sat at the tables, which were clustered around a circular stage. 2 women sat on high stools near the bar, one in fishnet and leather, the other wearing a rubber dress, so tight that it showed every line and curve of her body. Both women were young and beautiful. They looked at her with doe eyes, smiling slightly. Tight-lipped, Fabienne returned their smiles. She glanced around. She couldn't see Howard. Perhaps he would be along later, when he finished work or whatever it was he was doing. She liked the place, the air of expensive, rather run-down seediness. There would be a show later, she thought. A striptease. Or maybe a live sex show. 2 sad people humping and sweating under harsh lights. No more a turn-on than the display on a butcher's slab. Cheap thrills. "You're showing your age, Howard," she murmured under her breath. She couldn't wait to see his face when he saw her there. She ought to get plenty of mileage out of this. Oh, how she would make him grovel and beg before she forgave him this time. A couple came into the club. Fabienne smelled expensive perfume, saw the glint of jewelry. Diamonds. Emeralds. Her discerning eye told her that the gems were real. The women wore designer clothes, daring and beautifully cut. Leather with studded straps and black net that revealed more than it concealed. Gautier, probably. Next came a number of men wearing dinner suits, as immaculate as penguins. One of the men was a high-up in publishing. She recognized him from a magazine. Not wanting Howard to see her as soon as he came in, Fabienne headed for a dark corner. Someone seized her by the arm and spun her around. Amused, she turned to see a young man dressed all in black, buckles and straps across his chest. He had a beautiful face, an elegant, toned body. Gold rings glinted at his ears and nose. His hair was fashionably short, in what the Americans called a buzz cut. "You're late. I'd given up on you," he said, giving her no chance to speak. "Come this way, quickly." Intrigued, she followed him through a curtained alcove. This was even better. She could watch from backstage as Howard incriminated himself. Explanations could come later. She was enjoying herself. The beautiful young man led her down a narrow corridor, which smelled